Just right.
Pretty good.
Okay, we'll call to order the meeting of the Johnson County Solid Waste Management District at 1:32 PM. Roll call, please.
John Myers,
Here.
David Lexi, Ron West,
Present.
Kevin Walls,
Present.
Brian Baird,
Here.
Mark Myers,
Here.
and Don Graham. So we have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. First order of business, the approval of minutes from July 12th, 2021. I take it everybody received those electronically. Do we have any additions or corrections? Move to approve. We have a motion to approve by Commissioner West. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Councilman Myers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report, Mr. Sherman. Good afternoon, sir. I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while, Mr. Mayor. Good to see everyone. In your package, you received our check register for the period July the 10th through September the 10th. I have all the claims here. I'm reviewing them now. If there's any questions, I can answer them.
Any questions for Mr. Sherman?
Just on this sheet here, I don't know if you prepared it or not, but on the credit card statement 83 to 91, you took the total and put travel and training next to it.
I'll have to look at those in the claims.
You got the travel and training next to that total.
I copied and pasted it for you, it shifted it. So this just goes up one line. You don't need-
Okay,
The slight scriveners there.
I tried to find something that I could pick on, and that and the typo on office supplies. That's the only thing I could find, so I'll let it go with that.
I do that for really, really fast.
Appreciate that.
I move to approve.
With my motion with Commissioner West, do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Walls, any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I
CAC
have.
committee. Thank you, Pat.
Their pitch-in will be coming up, and we did have a wonderful time in Greenwood. Thank you for your hospitality. We went from doing lunch at Giacomo's with the group, walked across the trail, saw, of course, the new park that is up for a wonderful award, and it is an awesome park. And we went, of course, to visit with the MS4s to go look at the nature preserve and see some of the changes that have happened over the 3 years that they've been working on the facility since the group was first out, because the group first went out there when they were establishing new programs. So as always, I have a wonderful group, certainly very helpful in getting our information out there. We've actually been helping one of them at his place of employment as well. That's part of why he's actually on our board, is he's their environmental compliance person at Berry Plastics. And so we are hoping to actually partner with them. Carla had a great idea about a way that maybe we could work with the schools and get some grant money in kind. So we are starting to try and establish that with them. So, but yeah, our next meeting will be our annual pitch-in. So everybody's always welcome, but it's very specific. So you do have to bring something.
Okay. Might as well stay up there.
I will.
Director's report.
So I figured, Commissioner West, the thing you would say is, what, a trailer for $7,000? That's what I was waiting for. We did go ahead and purchase 2 trailers. You will actually note that one of them was less expensive than the other, same exact trailer, just the date in which it was built. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about. It's about changes and shifts. We did place it at Creekside. It's been a lot of fun. They've been using it. They've been filling it. They're probably overly conscientious about it, which is good. And so we're working on it together and collecting that materials. But one of the things that we of course realized was we don't have a whole lot of space. So trying to, go down that route, it will certainly work for what we have, but this goes back to how we move forward in the future. So Biz Bash is coming up next week with the chamber. We are participating in that, and our push is, of course, to work with the local community to see what the need of recycling is. They will be able to just quickly fill out from a QR scan code or our website, their name of their business and contact person, and about how much material they collect. So obviously, if they're a large business, we're going to try and set them forward with either one of our local haulers, or if they're a big enough corporation, they would go directly to a Pratt or one of the other various facilities that are in our general area. But we are hoping to again, create that program, move that program forward, and show the need by signing up. We already have Coffee House 5 on board. They would like to be a pilot with us because they actually have some materials that they can't currently put in their bins, glass being one of them. And their glass is minimal enough that we can easily collect that with cardboard. So we are hoping to use that as a good example of a small business that we can help that can't necessarily be helped by a large hauler because of the lack of space. I do want to reiterate that that is why we are looking at this need and have been for several years. We get approached all the time, and it's not, yes, it's wonderful for us to be able to collect and bail and do all that, but it really has more to do with the fact that there's a lack of ability for these businesses to obtain the service directly. So that is important to remember. Also, that cardboard is currently at $190 a ton. So please bring us your cardboard. We are having a pickup today. So it is crazy what cardboard is bringing in the door. It's never been like this. And paper is actually seeing its values at places it's never been. So again, we're excited about the program. We think we are getting the steps in place to move this forward. Just so you do know, we did look again in a new box truck. We placed one day at 54,000 and the next week it went up to 60,000. So, they are out there, they are available, but as you know, everything changes. And so it's just something to bear in mind because it's definitely, we will do whatever we need to in order to help these businesses in the beginning. But if we do continue to grow this program, we will have to, have it look a little differently than it is right this minute.
I was going to ask you that Trailer Capital USA, where are they located?
They were up in,
They're Middlebury,
yes,
Where?
Middlebury.
Middlebury?
yes.
Yeah, I had never heard of them.
Yeah. Yeah. The ones down here, they didn't have any. And we did a quick search and they're like, yes, we have one and we have one coming in. And we said, we want the one and we'll take the one coming in. And
Yeah,
so,
good.
because, it's just, there's nothing around. So. Edinburgh Recycling Depot, it has been moved. Dawn is not here, but they are down by the transfer station now. We are in the same hours that the transfer station is open, so it is being watched in that way. We currently, there are still bins available, so it is our hope to keep those bins over where they were for the town of Edinburgh to actually be able to use. So they could bring materials, for instance, they were saying, we just got in all this stuff for, I think it was the lights or different things. Of course, everything came in a box. So they were able to put all those materials into the recycling bin, which was great, instead of course, having that material go to the landfill. So I do hope that we'll see some better success and growth in that program now that it's more established and in a regular hours and a facility that people can recognize. And beyond that, our 2022 budget was submitted as with the 4%, as was stated. I will be speaking with John after this meeting to just go over some specifics, as Carla will be the one in attendance for us on Thursday. But everything other than the fact that, once again, they want special districts to do everything, but they don't give us the ability to submit. So I had to jump through hoops in the end to just even meet with DLGF because everything was frozen to me. So thankfully I was able to send everything directly and they just took it as being scanned. So that's the long and short of it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Legal report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a couple of items today. The first one is our leases are up in April of next year. And as you recall, we have 3 different leases over time, so we've expanded. They're all synchronized now, but April will be here fairly soon. And Jesse and I have met and talked, and in the past, we've simply brought you one to re-up. But when we were talking, we're now up to about $82,000 a year. And there are some things that need to be done in the building that are the responsibility of the landlord. Given the current climate, we don't know what they're going to ask, what he's going to ask for our lease to be. And I, in speaking with Jesse, thought that it might just be, I would feel more comfortable if maybe there was a member from the board that we would be willing to sit down with us ahead and give us some ideas and some things. And I'm looking at you, Mr. West, because you've done that. In the
Yeah,
past
I'll
when
be
we've
happy
had
to do that.
issues.
When is it?
It's coming up in April, so if we could. in the
You don't
next-
have a tentative meeting date yet?
No, but
Okay.
I was going to ask if maybe someone here would volunteer to meet with us. We'll put the book together, get you a copy of everything, of the inspections and all the leases, and maybe the 3 of us could meet and we could
Yeah.
get some feedback from the board before we actually come to you. And that would be my request. So
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. If the rest of the board's agreeable.
that would be fantastic. Jesse and I
Yeah,
will
sorry.
reach out to you
Yes.
and set up a meeting. and-
I'll make a motion to volunteer Commissioner West.
Second.
Will you vote on that motion then?
Oh, sure. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed can leave.
Okay, so who was the motion on?
The motion was by Chairman
Chairman.
Myers.
Okay,
The second.
From the
was-
chair.
from the chair.
Yeah.
Was Mr. Wolf.
That's correct.
Can I just say one thing? Can we add this to the motion? It is not going to be us building a building.
Okay.
I learned my lesson on that one.
But, when we started, we have had various conversations about where should we be, what should we be? $82,000 a year is not an insignificant sum.
Yeah,
And I just think that it would be good to hear a voice from those that are ultimately making the decision to give us some input on what direction we should go. So thank you for that. The second item kind of plays into what we just did. I don't know if you're aware, but Carla, after the minutes are done and prepared, always reaches out to me and has me read what the minutes look like and the things that have occurred. And quite frankly, I haven't done a very good job of holding the motions to the fire. I think oftentimes people make motions and we're just sitting here making eye contact and shaking our heads. I haven't been very good about saying, what is the motion, who's making the motion, that kind of stuff. So I hope you will indulge me if I ask you to repeat motions and we get them there specifically for the benefit of Carla, because as I read the minutes, I thought, I knew exactly what we were talking about, but I don't know that it translated through to the transcript. So I will be doing that. And my next item is under old business. And I can just go straight forward if it's.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Indulgence, sir. I was instructed last meeting to bring forward again the electronic meeting policy. As we all know, the governor's emergency, it was extended, so we now currently could continue to participate electronically, but I anticipate surely that will end at some point in the future. And I believe it was Mr. Wells directed me to bring back the proposed electronic policy for your review again in consideration today. So it is here. There was a copy in your packet and I have the original one prepared for your consideration if you desire to do so.
Take it everybody's had a chance to read the motions before us today, resolution 21-04. Are there any questions for the attorney?
move to approve.
Have a motion by Commissioner Baird. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Walls. Any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You didn't repeat the motion.
Well, it was pretty clear.
I got it.
Thank you. You helped me out. My job is to make sure. This is the original.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all I got.
Okay,
Good meeting.
under the new business, our next meeting will be November the 8th of 2021. Do we have any public comment? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.